stuff? Hi.
Hi, welcome to High and Mighty Advice Part 2. This is Kelly and
Hi.
I'm Crystal, and we are going to, I'm going to give you the code. We're going to answer your queries this evening.
Oh, yeah.
All right. And I'm pretty stoned.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're going to do the best job that we can to answer your questions.
Things like this are happening.
Yeah.
So.
A few of those things. Let's do one of these things.
Yes, let's. We have really good questions. So
I had 37 emails to answer, so I picked out 8 more.
These are really good ones. Okay. So start from the bottom. If you could do any job possible, what would it be?
I thought about this. It's a toss-up between ghost hunting or, like...
So this is like you have to be high for the job? Like, if you're going to be high, what job would you
want
to do?
Yeah. That's the way I took the email, was if you were going to do one job high, like if you could pick any job, and do it high, what would it be? And I don't know why my first thoughts exactly went to ghost hunting. I don't know why. I feel like I would be very perceptive to spirits while high, because I can take on fright when I'm high. So if shit was to go downhill, I think this is the state of mind I would need to be in.
You're not the kind of person that gets
paranoid.
And
I'm curious. I am curious about it.
That's a good one. I don't know. For me, any job.
Cash cab driver.
I'm usually high.
Cash cab driver. That's been one of my dreams. Side dreams.
Cash
my trapeze artist days are over.
Ooh, that might be dangerous high.
That and like my pole dancing days and escort service and stuff. My hips are just too bad now. But
I feel like I wasn't prepared for this question.
It's kind of an odd one when you really start thinking about it. Because there's like, when you,
well, really for me, it's like, what kind of job would you want to do? Like, leave out the high part, because I'm going to be high no matter what.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's just a matter
astronaut,
of
high.
What, like high, yeah.
McDonald's manager,
yeah.
High. Like, either way.
Bartender.
High.
Not high.
Not high.
Ever. This is going to keep happening, though.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
I'll just keep touching it.
Yeah. That's what she said.
Any other thoughts on that one?
For some reason, the word turkey masturbator comes to mind. I think that would be
I just had a
funny
flashback
job
of Beer Fest. The guy with the frog. Moving on. Okay. Shout out to Action Bronson, by the way. What's your favorite country that you've been to?
This one would probably be Australia.
Never been, but I would fuck with Australia.
Australia was a whole lot of fun. I like how, I don't know, we used a lot of cabs, and your cab drivers are amazing. I think that's, a lot of people don't realize how important cab drivers are as kind of like a representative of your country. Because when you're here as a foreigner, chances are you're going to use either public transportation or a cab.
Yeah, and that's like your first experience in that country, is with the cab driver usually.
Yeah, and my first cab driver in Australia was definitely offering us things other than like marijuana and beer.
Really?
Yeah, like pills and shit.
Interesting.
We didn't take any of them, of course. Like, it was way too fucking creepy, but...
Hey, welcome to Australia. Snort some Coke.
Here's to me.
My favorite country that I've been to is probably Spain.
Oh, yeah.
But in...
Shout out to the Carl Vincent deployment when we went to Oviedo, Spain. You remember that? We went to that castle, and we got those felt, like, helmets and swords.
Is that actually Spain, or is that Portugal?
It was Lisbon, Portugal. I don't know. I was drunk on sangria.
And is that how you actually say that state?
Oviedo?
Yeah.
I don't know. To this day, it's written on a hat.
I had an ex that went to Portugal, and I'm pretty sure she pronounced that city differently.
How did she say?
Like something about douche, the end of that ending in douche.
Obidouche?
Yeah.
Could be. I don't know. I butcher every language.
I digress. Good one. But that might change soon sometime in like 3 weeks.
And you know what? I just, again, I'm fucking stoked. I'm hella jealous.
I'm pretty fucking stoked.
Ireland. That would be pretty cool.
What is the best way to cut a sandwich?
Diagonally.
Yes.
Crust off.
Well, I fuck with crust.
You fucks with the crust? I don't fucks with the crust.
But if you cut it diagonally, you only have 2 sides of crust.
Mm-hmm. Rather than like the wanky
thing
3,
like 3 sides
that ends up flopping over anyway,
yeah.
and so it just makes it weird. Whereas if you just have a corner, you can fold it in half and feed it to your dog,
or you just don't cut it.
Yeah, or you just don't cut the crust off. You actually eat it.
No, you insist on it being cut. All right. Flintstones. Your thoughts?
Now, this question was a little random because that's all that the fucking email said. So I'm going to say, Hanna-Barbera knocked a fucking home run with that
Out
one.
of the park with the Flintstones?
Yeah. I don't know. I was always a fan.
Yeah, I never really watched like the animated Flintstones, but I was a fan of the Flintstone movies.
Well, and see,
what's his face? Dan Aykroyd?
Yeah. And see, the fucking thing about this is that the person that sent me this email, I'm not going to call you out because it just said anonymous. Yeah, I've just been kind of cautious about calling people out in case, like, your question is viewed as stupid, like this one kind of was.
Yeah, like that Flintstone.
But this person is kind of a Jesus freak. So I'm wondering if you're actually wondering dinosaurs and Pete's together. I don't think that happens. Science says no, right? We can ask the science side of Tumblr. But I'm pretty certain that dinosaurs and I mean, unless
historical value.
Yeah, I'm wondering because that's some shit he would send.
Yeah,
I love him some Jesus.
Because I know you come from the Jesus land, so I'm not gonna touch that one. Because I don't know your friends.
My friends may not be kinds of your friends.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch that one.
Cool. I thought it was a great cartoon. Historically speaking, I believe that it is inaccurate. Yeah. Not to mention, I don't think dinosaurs have the manual dexterity to handle phones and cars and day-to-day activities as a human would.
Stick their head through your window and like act as your faucet.
Yeah, no shit. I mean, it's a novel idea that like a pterodactyl is also like your fan at the end of the night, but I mean,
probably
as
not
far
meant
as
to be a true story.
Yeah, but as far as entertaining, I would watch it high.
Yeah. Like most things. In this society, if I was to learn a second language, which one should it be?
Ooh, okay. Which language should you learn?
Well, in this society. So that clarifying statement kind of leads me to think, like, you want to be able to communicate with most people? Well, it seems like Spanish might be that.
I think that it depends. Oh, no, here. There you go. No worries. No, I think if you, wait, what were we talking about?
What language in the society should you learn?
See, I think this also depends on where you're at, like, geologically. Because if you are in an area where there might be a large Spanish population or Hispanic population, then yes, by all means, learn Spanish. If, however, you are in an area densely populated by Arabs, learn some Arabic. I know one thing. Thx Crystal. And I'm probably butchering the fuck out of that too, but it's supposed to be my name is Crystal. I'm probably butchering it and I'm fucking high, so apologies if I just completely ruined your language, but I did try at one point. It's just a really hard language.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Weird. I don't know any Arabic.
Anyway,
I don't know.
But it just depends. And like for us in our situation as bud tenders at a dispensary, maybe you should want to learn a little sign language.
So I was going to say sign language. I was going to say Spanish and sign language.
I took some sign language little courses. Wasn't that? I mean, I know like my name and stuff like that, but like I should probably keep up on that. Oh yeah, I could do the whole Shazam. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, I think it just depends on your, like, if you want to get involved in another culture, look at the one that's most, around you. If it's a bunch of Colombians,
Yeah.
Or whatever. Maybe you live in Louisiana. Maybe they speak a sort of Cajun or something. Creole. If you're in South Texas, it could just be jibber jabber because that's what happens a lot of times.
You want to learn how to speak Bible.
Yeah. Yeah, so. You know what's really funny, too, about language is that when I came out here to California and I was saying y'all, nothing was more ironic than somebody telling me, like, you guys sound hella dumb saying y'all.
Oh, but you don't sound dumb saying hella.
So it's like hashtag perspective.
Yeah.
Anyway,
True story.
moving on.
I don't know what this song is. What the actual fuck? Anywho. Next question. Do you ever smoke and wonder where 5 hours went?
Yes, it's
I
called
sometimes
Netflix.
smoke and wonder where 10 hours went.
It's called Netflix.
Yes, that documentary life.
Dude, Neil
Get
deGrasse Tyson.
Sucked in, dude.
His
Cosmos?
voice. Oh, what you know about Cosmos? Oh,
With Cosmos,
there you
dude.
go. That's where 5 hours went, motherfucker. And if it didn't go towards that, you need to set aside 5 hours or more for some Cosmos.
Yeah, if
with
you
some
don't smoke and wonder where your
ND.
time goes, you're not smoking right.
Bingo. Because it is true. Sometimes you can forget where 5 hours went, but then remember later on that it was wisely spent in the company of Neil deGrasse Tyson. Maybe a little Stephen Hawking. Who knows? Get your nerd on.
Very true. Maybe a little Making a Murderer. Who knows?
Oh, Deadly Women. You can freak the
Deadly
fuck.
Women. I don't want to know what that is.
No, it's about like women that are killers and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot more than you realize.
That had a Making a Murderer. That fucked me up for a minute.
Dude, sad situation. And you know what? Like, the younger nephew or whatever, the cousin, nephew, whatever, the kid's got like the IQ of a shoe.
Yeah, they're
You know, it's like picking on a yeah. Like,
ancestral.
yeah.
Shit.
I don't know. I think that kid's getting a second chance or something. I was reading in the news.
Well, one of my friends actually is from Wisconsin.
Really? Manitowoc?
No, I forget where.
Is that
but
I'm probably butchering everything.
he did say
are hard.
that based on what he knows about that area and people who live in like that junkyard type situation, that he actually thinks that the guy did it. Like, did kill him,
Really?
yeah.
Interesting.
I don't really know, bro.
The table turns.
Yeah.
Next question.
How do you properly address someone who's transgender? How do you address if the person is male or female? Sir or ma'am situation.
Oh, okay. So this email, I paraphrased it. So if it comes off sounding kind of ignorant, it's because it was, but that person did not mean it. So it's a legitimate question. They are living in an area where that's not really a lifestyle that is widely accepted by the society. So when this person was growing up, they did not have many interactions or were sensitive with that community. So when he wrote me this email, it sounded hella ignorant to somebody who didn't know this person or know where they were coming from. And I just said hella.
Hella.
Anyway,
Hella.
so anyway, in saying that, the answer to your question is however they want to be addressed. For me, in our situation at work, there are some transgender people, and I say, excuse me, explain your situation. Pardon my ignorance. What may I call you? Mm-hmm. What is your name? Mm-hmm. And you call them by what they want to be called. It's really nothing more than that. And if you're afraid to ask, it's much better to me to ask to at least show my ignorance than to look ignorant and look like as an asshole. Because, I mean, it doesn't really hurt to, you know what I mean? It's not like they're in, I don't know. It's just not that big of a deal. Really went down on it. So
yeah, I would say definitely whatever the person wants to be called. Yeah, I don't know. And in a lot of cases, people will probably tell you too, like if they prefer to be called something other than what you're calling them.
Yeah, I've been corrected before, and I make apologies and feel like they were angry because it's not like when you have a twang, they're a little forgiving if you're not completely,
They're like, oh, you're not from here.
Yeah. So anyway, ask. There you go.
Yeah.
Don't hurt to ask. They're people too, you know.
Totally. Ooh.
What?
Do trees know they're hanging out around their dead buddies in the form of fences?
Mac, you stole my Facebook status from like 8 months ago, bro. Yeah, that was like my Facebook status. I don't know how 8 months ago, but I found it in my emails. Fucking asshole. That was my questions. That was actually a question I had on Facebook one day as my status. Do trees, I don't know, I probably ripped it off of fucking internet somewhere anyway,
I've
just
never
being
thought of that
high
before.
and thinking of it later. But anyway, do trees, if this was a legitimate email, it's one of the funnier questions. Do trees know that they are surrounded, by their dead brethren when they're in the form of fences? And that is,
I would say trees don't have consciousness.
how do you know?
Therefore, they do not know.
Plants, okay, first of all,
Well, yeah,
I
I
will
guess
tell
that's-
you that there was a tomato plant grown, and there was Tech Nine and other miscellaneous music played. And the tomatoes flourished.
But that
Tech
doesn't-
Nine is good for your
Does
tomatoes.
that make it have consciousness? I don't know.
Maybe not necessarily feelings, but I don't know.
That's a good one, though.
Maybe one day in an alternate universe we'll all find out.
And I challenge someone to challenge
There's tree
me
huggers.
saying that, because I don't know.
There's people that legit hug a tree.
Well, there's people that do a lot of weird shit.
That's true. That's very
There's
true.
people that do weirder shit with trees than hug them, too.
That's very true. Do you know I used to have an irrational fear of
Trees?
lumberjacks? Hashtag stone confession. We're gonna go off the tracks here a little bit.
That might not be so irrational. They're kind of creepy.
No, okay, so, and Mom, if you watch this is all Grandpa's fault. So I went to go stay with my grandpa, and I was asleep in the spare bedroom, and I woke up in the middle of the night, was kind of freaked out. I just wanted the TV on for some noise, like that white noise, right? So I went to go wake up my grandpa. He came into the bedroom, put on the first channel that came on that was not staticky, and it happened to be fucking Tales from the Crypt, okay? Yeah, and he just like bumblefucks, exactly. And I'm like 11, okay? So he bumblefucks out of the room so he can go back to bed, and I'm now stuck watching this show, and I'm petrified because he lives in a goddamn trailer on a ranch. So BT dubs on an open ranch, meaning that cows come in the middle of the night and scratch themselves against the house, so the trailer literally rocks. Yes, dude. Not to mention, and Mom, not to mention, my grandpa had a little bit of a pet hoarding situation. So there was cats and shit that would jump out in the night. Long story, okay? That's for a therapy couch. It doesn't matter. Look, point of the story is I'm watching this Tales from the Crypt show, okay? And it happened to be the story of these two, like, lumberjacks or guys that worked out in the forest, like, cutting timber. Making up words. Anyway, and so basically one guy caught this other lumberjack dude banging his wife. And of course, like, it's Tales from the Crypt, so it's like hell
Some
graphic.
Like creepy shit.
Yeah. So, the one lumberjack, the one that's like, was it cockholded or whatever? He gets the other lumberjack tied to a tree, right? And they go out to the forest and send the team. Homeboys cut the dude down, don't realize it because he's tied to a tree, and they have their chainsaws going. I was haunted by fucking lumberjacks until I was like 22 years old.
I used to watch Tales from the Crypt.
I couldn't watch any more about that. It was just
Scary shit.
I don't know. And then there was like too many girls in high school on the cheerleader squad that reminded me of the skeleton, just like
Ew, yeah.
Yeah.
Gross.
Fucking traumatizing. So anyway, that was 8 questions. Kelly, would you have anything else to say, my dear?
No. I don't think I do.
All right. Well, once again, thank you for watching. And continue to send your emails, and I will knock out the next few next round.
Do it.
Just between work and school and a chronic pain disease, it's kind of hard to set aside time like this. But anyway, you'll have a good rest of your week.
It's been real.
Is it still action?